The movie opens with 2 dino eggs cracking wide open, and the moment you see those little reptile eyes, you just know humanity is doomed. So Zach and Gray's parents are going through a divorce, so their mama ships them over to spend the week with their Aunt Claire, who works at Jurassic World. But you know how people get, give them a little genetic breakthrough and they'll push it a little too far. So they whipped up a brand new dinosaur, tossing in every random gene they could find. Stegosaurus, Spinosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Draymon, T-Rex, you name it, it was in there. While Claire's nephews roam around the park flashing their VIP passes, the island's owner Simon Masrati wants Owen to have a look at his new custom dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. He wanted to make sure it was up to par before the public had access to seeing it. So Claire rolls up on Owen, the so-called messiah of the Raptors, to scope out this Franken dino in its massive enclosure. They pull up but can't see a thing inside, so Big Back here pulls out a big piece of meat, hoping it'll draw the Indominus out, but nah, nothing shows up. Claire checks the system and there's no signs of life in the cage. Owen walks to the window and spots scratch marks gouged into the walls. That alone would have been enough. I would have been out of there. My ass been sitting here all day and these doors have not been opened. Claire rushes to the control room because the Indominus Rex had a tracker implanted on his neck. They needed to know where that motherfucker was. So while she was driving back, these 3 idiots go inside the enclosure. Like, ain't no way white people are this curious. Their ass couldn't wait 10-20 minutes? Like, this is how every horror movie starts. This wall's 40 feet high. Think she climbed out? Depends. On what? If they added a little Akron DNA. So the guy in the control room tells Claire the Indominus Rex is still in the cage, and she's like, impossible, I was just there. Turns out that motherfucker can camouflage. His pussy ass was in there the entire time. Yeah, what's the problem? It's in the cage, nigga. Shit, Owen and the other dude hit the dash, and I actually do not know how they hired this guy. Cause what the fuck was the security requirements? Eat 10 biscuits? Cause look at these weak ass steps. This is not running. The Indominus Rex comes out the fucking trees and eats the Mexican guy. Damn, and I ain't racist. I did my research. His last name is Fernandez. So while this guy is getting feasted on, Peter Griffin opens the entire gate. He really said, F y'all, I'm saving myself. Simon closes the gate and Owen starts sprinting for dear life. He makes it right through, but so does the Indominus, squeezing his body right through in the nick of time. Lizzo's ass might have had a little trouble through that gap. Owen quickly slides under the car and Peter Griffin hides in front of the other whip, forgetting the dinosaur stands a solid 50 feet tall. She dead ass has a bird's eye view of everything. The Indominus just yanks the car out the way, and that's all she wrote. Owen's not trying to be the next snack, so he cuts the oil line and soaks himself. The Indominus sense of smell is OD, but he couldn't smell Owen, so he just dips. But now here's the thing. We got a killing machine dino on the loose with 20,000 visitors on the island. Claire walks in the control room like, everyone remain calm. Bitch, do you think this is Spider-Man? Peter Parker ain't here. Simon then sends a squad of soldiers to take down the Indominus before it reaches the civilians. Owen storms into the control room pissed, demanding to know what the hell they spiced into the Indominus because it's clearly smarter than your average T-Rex. Probably can read better than Floyd. It turns out when they were whipping up this dino, they tossed in whatever DNA they could find on the shelf, including the cuttlefish genes. That's why the heat sensor couldn't detect it earlier. And you know what's wild? Remember at the start of the film when there was 2 dino eggs? Yeah, that was the Indominus Rex and its sibling. She ate that nigga. I guess her heart is the same color as my skin. Black. So the soldiers make it into the woods, and you can't make this shit up. Simon sent these niggas on a mission with non-lethal weapons. He's like, that's a $23 million asset. We just can't kill it. Huh? Anyways, they find the tracker, except the Indominus clawed it out of its neck. This guy notices blood dripping down his arm, so he looks up and there's the Indominus coming out the goddamn trees. This type of camouflage is basically superpowers. Fuck it, add her to the Avengers. She'd be more useful than Black Widow and Hawkeye. It snatches the first soldier about to eat his ass, but she drops him and stomps on his ass flat. And at this point, I would have been in my car reversing 100 miles per hour. But nah, these soldiers proceed to zap the Indominus with the electrical tasers or whatever this thing is. So one guy gets slapped by the tail and the other guy literally gets picked up and thrown right into the tree, instantly seeing the man above. Another soldier comes, firing a net to muzzle the dino, but it just rips it off, tail smacks 2 soldiers and just gobbles the net shooter. And the crazy part is, people in the control room are just watching in horror as their heat sensors blink out one by one. The Indominus is really out here collecting his kill confirms. One guy finally pulls out the shotgun and starts letting out some rounds, but I guess it was a little too late because she just devours him. Owen tells Claire to evacuate the island, but Claire's like, if we do that, we will never reopen. Yo, y'all motherfuckers is not opening anyways. The Indominus Rex is out here on a kill streak. She's already unlocked the UAV, called in an attack chopper. She's one more kill away from calling a tactical nuke. This island is done. But nah, Claire's not listening, so Owen leaves. She closes all the rides north of the resort, not knowing Zach and Gray are the last two on the bull ride. And I can't even lie, this ride looks kind of fun. Why don't they add these to our regular zoos? Claire quickly realizes her nephews are on the field, same direction as the Indominus. She tries calling a rescue squad to go grab him, but I guess they were all preoccupied. Their ass was probably hiding in the closet or something. So she does the best next thing and calls Owen. And I'm telling y'all, girls only call you when shit goes left. But hey, if he pulls this off, she probably let him hit. And that's enough motivation for a nigga like me to go crazy. Alright, let's get back to the video. So Zach and Gray are chilling in the boat, counting dinosaurs like it's a safari tour. But from the reflection, Gray spots some big ass teeth. And as soon as they turn around, y'all already knew who it was. They try to drive forward but get kicked, sending the ball spinning and hitting the ankylosauruses like it's air hockey. Bing, bap, boop. They stop for a second and I guess the ankylosaurus called ISO. Zach tries to hit the ball on drive, but that shit gets smacked by the tail, hitting it right into the tree and flipping it upside down. Now they got no choice but to watch this 1v1. The Indominus gets clipped on the jaw but pulls a cheat move, clawing the ankylosaurus's leg, had his ass flipping on his back. And like I always say, that's all she wrote. We're safe in here, right? Yeah. So the phone goes off ringing and they both look up and see them demon eyes. And that there would have been enough for me just to immediately log out. The Indominus tries biting the ball, but its teeth get stuck, giving Zach and Gray enough time to unbuckle and hit the dash. They make it to a waterfall and I don't know why the hell they were waiting for the last second to jump. My ass would have jumped straight away. Even though I can't swim, I'll take my chances. They dive under the water and I guess the Indominus just was like, you know what, these guys ain't worth it, and dips. Owen and Claire make it to the south and this is when they realize the damage the Indominus has been doing. This nigga been laying out dinosaurs for fun. This was her first time out the cage and she didn't know how to act. She was really out there just trying shit. One leg off the wrong foot. Bump fades off my right shoulder. I'm not even a right shoulder bump fade guy. She really didn't know how to act. She was trying to see where she fits in the food chain. Owen and Claire make it to the ball Zach and Gray were in and realize they made it out alive thanks to their footprints. These two fire up a car and drive back to the park. Claire and Owen pull up just as they leave, but unfortunately the Indominus pulled up as well. They try hide behind the car, but the Indominus sticks its nose right in front of them, sees these niggas, acts like he's dipping, then out of nowhere rips the entire roof off. They just hit the woods running for their lives. And yeah, she was really onto them, right behind them. But as soon as she heard the chopper, she's like, nah, F that, and started retreating. And I don't know who the hell let Simon fly the helicopter, but hey, all his men just got squad wiped. I guess he was low in soldiers. And this scene right here is when I knew, yeah, Jurassic World just be hiring anybody. And I'm not even lying. This gunman on the chopper literally shot everything but the Indominus. Like he was dead ass missing every shot. Now I'm just convinced this is the guy reading the employees' resumes. Yeah, anyone can get a job here. Anyways, while the Indominus outran the chopper, it cracked right through the Pteranodon cage and started screaming at all the Pteranodons in dino language. But don't worry, I understand its tongue. I'll explain exactly what she said. Yeah, pussy ass nigga, see that chopper? Yeah, bring that bitch right down. Oh, I eat everything in this bitch. So y'all know exactly what happened next. The shooter gets yanked out. Then one Pteranodon swipes past, taking his ass. The passenger cops one right to the heart. And the rest of them just start tearing the chopper right apart, making Simon crash land. And yeah, that was the end for my boy. So now things got a lot worse. Not only do we have a 50-foot killing machine on the loose, but we've also got thousands of flying killing dinosaurs. Just imagine a big ass bird with a head of a crocodile. Yeah, this island is cooked. So the warning goes out for everybody to get inside, but they're a little too late. These pterodons just started scooping people off the ground. You got everybody running around trying to find cover, but this one guy is just like me for real. He's like, at least let me finish my drink. It was straight chaos. This guy loses an arm, a few people get stomped on. These pterodons were just doing damage. They were even out here violating the baby triceratops, but nobody got it worse than the babysitter. They scooped her up, dropped her mid-air, then another pterodon catches her, drops her in the water, dives in, grabs her again, and starts drowning her. It tries flying back up, but the big ass Mosasaurus comes out of nowhere and just gobbles both of them up. Nah, she copped it bad. I don't even wish that on my worst enemy. So Owen and the soldiers pull up and they just start dropping pterodons left and right, but one cheap shots him from behind and tries to chew his face off. Claire comes in clutch, smacking it right in the dome. She helps him up and you know my boy had to get that kiss in. W timing. Zach and Gray are just standing there watching like. So Hawkins rolls in with his crew and Deadass takes over the entire control room. This plate cleaner's been trying to put Owen's Raptors on the field the entire time. Matter of fact, he works with Dr. Henry, the scientist who cooked up the Indominus Rex. Their whole mission is to use the Indominus as a weapon for the military. It was never created for the park or for visitors to come see. It was a weapon the entire time. That's why they added DNA from the tree frog so it can adapt to different climates and have the ability to camouflage. Hawkins is finally getting what he wanted, to be in control and send the Raptors out to hunt. Owen shows up and clips him right in the face. pop. But it didn't matter because he was in charge now, and those raptors were getting sent out with or without him, so it was better for Owen to lead them out. He lets the raptors smell the Indominus' scent and rides out with the pack. And for a moment, it actually seemed like everything was working. They led the soldiers right to her, but what they failed to realize was the Indominus was part raptor. These fuck niggas want you to fight me, yeah? Yeah, man, that was our mission. Nah, don't let them brainwash y'all like that. We the same, gang. And that's when I knew it was Raps. The Raptors hit a solid 180, turning right to Owen and the soldiers. Light her ass up. They start spraying the Indominus, even hitting her with a whole rocket, dropping her right to the ground. She gets up and she's like, I'ma let my little homies deal with y'all, and dips. These Raptors start taking out these soldiers one by one. By the time they realized what was happening, it was a little too late. These Raptors were out here moving like Barry Allen. Owen catches one of them eating the soldiers and tries to have this little moment of connection to see if it will remember him. But they just blow his ass up. This nigga right here was running for his life. Like, look at them strides. The soldiers take his bike and now he has no way to escape. Blue spots him, so he jumps into a log. She was clawing through that wood like butter, but Owen comes in clutch, drawing her out. Everyone retreats back. One even tries to warn Claire to drive off, quickly trying to jump on the back, but the raptor comes out of nowhere and devours him. Bro didn't even have time to scream. Claire hits the gas and takes off, but now there's two raptors chasing the truck. She hits a Dom Toretto, hitting one right into the tree and knocking its ass out, and now she only has to deal with one. These two grab a taser but didn't even know how to use it. The raptor jumps in the back, and in the nick of time they switch it on and zap it right in the chest, knocking him right off. They were so geeked. I can't wait to tell mom. Oh, please, don't ever tell your mom about that. Damn, bro was really about to snitch on his aunt. This mission is classified, completely off the books. It never happened. So while everyone's evacuating, Hoskin and his team are in the lab packing up the dinosaur embryos. His ass did not want to lose all that research. Bro was dead set on turning dinosaurs into weapons. Owen and stuff pull up to the lab and finally realize what he's been up to the entire time. Hoskin starts yapping about the future of the dinosaurs and how they will be the best thing for the military. Mid-conversation, a raptor just jumps in, and that boy had his eyes on one person and one person only. Easy, boy. Easy. We're on the same side, remember? Yeah, mate. You wish. The raptor takes a big ass bite of his arm and just starts eating dude. Owen and them take off. They were not trying to be the next meal. The raptor quickly finishes devouring Hoskins and just breaks through the glass, jumping right in front of them. They quickly hit a U-turn and start gapping. Gray turns on a dino hologram, quickly distracting the raptor. They run out the front only to realize there's two more raptors right there. So now they're just surrounded by all three. And I guess Owen had no choice but to give Blue eye contact or whatever this is. I mean, it worked because they didn't get eaten, but the Indominus pulls up from the corner and her ass was disappointed. She out here looking at them like, you think you could do this to me? But she was not about to talk this shit out. She smashed Blue right onto the wall, putting her out for the 10 count. The other two raptors immediately jump on the Indominus' back. Owen starts lighting up some rounds with his rifle, but it wasn't enough. Gray tells Claire they need more teeth. One of the raptors gets thrown in the stove, literally cooked, and the last one gets picked up and tossed like a rag doll. And I can't lie, it wasn't looking good for Owen and the kids. They try hiding in the merch store, but Owen smells like ass and the Indominus can smell him. She starts ripping through the entire store like it's Black Friday. Claire runs over to Paddock 9 and brings out the OG T-Rex. And sometimes if you can't beat it, you gotta use it. This was the matchup we were waiting for, and it was straight on sight when they saw each other. They were out here going bite for bite, scratch for scratch, claw for claw. But you can't forget, one is the upgraded model with random DNAs. We don't know what she can pull out her inventory. She hits the T-Rex with a clean combo, right, left, not on the head, then grabs her and puts him in a headlock like it's the UFC. But she was not finished. She picks up the T-Rex and smacks him right through the gift shop. I can't even hold you. This nigga was getting cooked. The Indominus walks right up to the T-Rex, literally about to bite its face off, but in the nick of time, Blue comes in running and jumps right on the back of the Indominus. The T-Rex quickly gets up and chomps down right on her neck. Now her ass was just getting jumped. The Indominus gets yanked right into another building, then dropped on her back, but she got right back up and started fighting still. She really had that dog in her. Actually, I guess that's an understatement. She really had that Rex in her. I can't lie, that didn't even sound nice, but fuck it. The T-Rex slams the Indominus right near the edge of the water. She scrambles back up just for the Mosasaurus to come out of the water, and